All right. Shalom. Kal halal Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham Rakah Kadash. Double honors unto the highly esteemed elders of Great Millstone. Peace salutations unto the hopeful elect. Once again, I am Yahweh, and as you can see me in living color tonight. All right, I'm on the webcam right now, and basically, I decided, I decided to let myself be seen a little more. All right, so that those that those that are my viewers get to know me a little better. All right. So basically, the topic of tonight's show will be entitled "Testimony: Why You Don't See Me Out on the Field." Okay, and I have clear testimony and evidence. All right, to show you why, unfortunately, I have not been on the highways and byways as highly recommended by the highly esteemed elders and bishops of Great Millstone and so forth. Uh, some of you that may have seen my shows, because I have been on YouTube for a while now, really. My trajectory may not be as long, all right, as those of some other brothers. I've only been around since 2017. All right. So Lord willing, and this being the year coined by Apostle Elder Tahar, the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble, this would be my 8th year of making sit downs and putting them on YouTube. All right. But basically, I go way back to the as far back as the early 90s. All right. When I was a bit younger. All right. Um, I started learning this truth way back then on the public access channels when I used to live in Manhattan. All right. It was there that I learned the High Priest Ariah. He had this show entitled "The Real Jews Are Black," and so I used to watch the Real Jews Are Black every week on the public access channels, and it was there that I first began to take notes and so on. And I really started getting, and I was seeking out the truth quite diligently back in them days, all right? Because prior to that, my earlier life was not really all that good, all right? I'm not going to go into many details about what I went through and this and the third, but the scripture does say, "In thine affliction, thou shalt seek me early." And that is exactly what I did some 30 years ago. I sought out this truth. I was basically seeking answers to why many why I was not seeing a lot of good things in life that I was hoping to see. All I kept seeing was more negative things happen. A lot of downturns, the this and that, the Most High closing the door on this and that. And as I started learning this truth, all right, as I started, coming across the brother shows, which really started in 1995 for me. So that's how way back I go to. All right, I just thought I'd let those that watch my shows have a better idea where I really come from. That this was before YouTube ever even existed. All right, so I'm really that old school for you. All right, but back in them days, We take the internet so much for granted today. You can watch anything you want on YouTube at any given time. But in those days, as much as I wanted to keep learning this truth and take notes back then, I had to wait a week, all right, for brother shows to be back on the air. Now I started seeing various other public access channels involving the high priest at 1 West 125th Street. I just mentioned High Priest Ariyah, all right, whom the elders and bishops of Great Millstone still highly esteemed a lot. Okay, so High Priest Ariyah and Masha, High Priest Masha, all right, or King David as they call him. All right, I used to watch some of that senior brothers programs too. All right, uh, High Priest Masha or King Masha, right? He had a public access show called um, something about Black history. All right, but I videotape most of these shows. All right, not only did I videotape not only did I take notes. All right, but I also videotape many of these shows, and I documented them, and I kept watching them again and again. You understand what I'm saying? And that's how I started picking up this truth. All right. Now, fast forward a decade later, by the time that the elders made their debut on YouTube, all right, I rediscovered Apostle Elder Tahar on YouTube way back in 2008 or so. All right, and so I started taking notes again. All right. Now, the question might be, well, why weren't you out on the street then, brother? What happened to you? Well, I'll say it to you. I'll try and make it sound as plain as possible. All right. Quite frankly, I still had a lot of growing up to do. I still had a lot of maturity to do, even though I was already up in age already. You understand what I'm saying? Um, I just didn't felt quite ready yet. All right, and then, but about a decade later, 10 years ago, all right, I had an accident. I had a misfortunate accident. All right, that that badly damaged my left knee. All right. I may appear to still look normal to most of y'all. All right. I could stand up and walk, but I have to wear a brace. All right. And here's the proof of it. All right. I have to wear a brace. All right. There's the brace right there. All right. You see that I ain't lying? That's my brace. Okay. And this was part of the injury that I suffered on my knee. Okay, I dislocated a kneecap. All right, so right there where I'm pointing my hand at, that's where my kneecap used to be. All right, now it's upward. Now it's all the way here. Okay, so so basically, all right. All right, I'm trying to make this brief. All right, I'm not trying to make a long story out of it, but just to give you uh, uh, a brief summary of what my life has been. All right, So basically, I suffered this misfortunate accident. All right, and doctors were talking to me about I needed surgery if I wanted to recover my knee and so forth. All right, but I refused to have surgery. All right, I did not really trust. I don't really trust this man's hospital system, so-called hospital system. You understand what I'm saying? I refuse to have any type of surgery done because I was concerned that maybe it would lead me to be in an even worse condition than that which I was already. All right. So and they also, one doctor told me that it would have been a complicated surgery. So by just hearing the word complicated alone, you understand what I'm saying? That helped change my mind even further about not having a surgery. Okay, so basically, I guess it's safe to assume for those of you that might be watching, well, the Most High had you jacked up for a particular reason, bro. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I can't disagree about that. The Most High did jack me up a bit. All right. Um, I think I realize further now why he jacked me up. All right. But make no mistake about it. That little accident that happened to me like that was predestined by the Most High. You know, whatever happens in a man's life, good or bad, is because the Lord, the Most High, he predestines that for you. All right. So he had already predestined me having that misfortunate accident. You understand what I'm saying? He predestined for me to have that misfortunate accident. All right. Now, when I was only 6 years old, 6 or 7 years old, I had suffered an earlier accident then. All right, where I got pushed into a playground. All right, by some big black guy I remember, and even way back then, it took weeks or months for me to fully recover because I broke my toe back then, and I was already holding crutches back then, and had a die cast placed on my knee at only 7 years old, man. You see what I'm saying? That's why I said the Lord predestines your life to be, depends on your actions in the past. Okay? Now, I have to say that I do not come from a very, or I do not come from a very righteous family, man. Okay? My mother, rest her soul, was probably the only one that tried to do right. But when it comes to having a certain so-called nieces, so-called uncles, nephews, aunties, all right, or even sisters, all right. Hey, the most dysfunctional family in the world. That's what they've been on to me, man. Okay, so basically, I live alone. Okay, and I go about alone with the Most High's help. All right, I do not seek these family members. I may keep in touch with some of them, but for the most part, I stay away, man. I maintain a distance. They ain't really worth you know, they ain't really worth talking to nor nothing. You understand what I'm saying? If you have family members like that, then it's best to just stay away from them, yo. All right. So so basically, I'm well aware, all right, that if the Most High let me suffer that fall, it was not really for being a very righteous man in my past life. Okay. Uh, and I have acknowledged my sins already before the Most High, and I've already asked Him for an apology, and will continue doing so because I reckon that I am no righteous man either. Nobody is perfect, as the old saying goes. All right. And you would hear the beloved, highly esteemed elders and apostles them very self say, okay, the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. All right, the flesh is very weak indeed. All right, but we must call on the Lord. All right, for those of us that still remain sincere in this thing. All right, you have to call on the Lord if you really believe in Him to lead and guide your life. Okay? So basically I reckon, all right, that the Most High had me a little jacked up and laid a minor judgment on me, you can say. All right. I reckon that. I acknowledge that. All right. I acknowledge and know how terrible the Most High is. All right. This is why I make an effort to do these sit downs at least. All right. So that's pretty much the whole bottom line here. All right. So I thought I would share this, okay, for the first time. All right. I've never talked about this personal issue of mine before till now. So I'm coming out now, you know, Lord willing, all right. And I have free scriptures to go along with this topic, all right. So that basically sums it up, okay. That I get to you know let y'all fully see, get to know me a little better, and understand where I'm coming from. All right. So so basically, that I think I summed it up right there, y'all. So I'm gonna have this show, Lord willing. All right, you're seeing me on the camera now. All right, and I'm gonna have I'm gonna have the rest of the show. I'm gonna have the screen picture on. All right, so that you can see the scriptures that I'm about to bring up. All right, and Lord willing, I hope it will be edifying, man. Okay, and let's just get right to the bottom line, y'all. All right, so here I am again, in my voiceover. All right, and this is Malachi 4:2. All right, but unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings, and ye shall go forth and grow up as calves of the stall. All right. So upon the Lord's return, right, he's coming with healing in his wings. All right. For those of us who have suffered badly in this here white man's world. All right, going for all kind of shit. All right, I just gave you my own little personal testimony. All right, I told you about the fall I had, right? and how I must use where I wear a knee brace most of the time to help me maintain a balance. You know what I'm saying? Because if I don't wear the brace, I could fall again. All right. And not to mention, I forgot to mention when I go out on my daily routine, right? I go out there on the street, right? I have to use a damn walker or a rollator so you can understand. All right, to help maintain even to help me maintain even more balance. You know what I'm saying? Because and this condition I'm in now, you know, and walking through these going out there stepping on this white man's hard hard ass streets made of concrete and shit. You know what I'm saying? You take a fall like that and impact a concrete sidewalk, man. You know you're going to break something again. All right. So that should justify further the topic of tonight's show and everything. All right, for those of you that might be watching. All right, but but that doesn't mean that everything is over. Lord willing, there still has to be some hope for me. All right, none of us should give up hope. All right, none of us that are in this troop should ever give up hope, even if the Most High does punish some of us. All right, like I just mentioned, him doing to me a little while ago. He punishes his people in various ways, but that doesn't mean he's completely given up on you. All right, that should be the whole bottom line here. All right, okay, but unto you that fear my name, okay, and what is that name? Yahweh Bahashan Yahushai. It's a name that should be feared, man. Okay, and the Lord is getting ready to manifest that in these last days. Okay, but unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings. And ye shall go forth and grow up as calves of the stall. All right. Now, what are calves? All right. Let's look that up real quick. All right. Salakia. What are calves? Calves are usually young cattle, all right? Your young buck of cattle, right? But it don't mean just that. That's another name for a part of a part of your legs that they refer to as calves. All right, so let's look that up real quick. All right, I'll just type strong Salakia. Strong calves. Okay, here we go. Let's just have a brief look at that. All right. This is what it means by calves. The muscles, the muscles that you be able to acquire on your legs, man. All right. But in that day, Lord willing, when He gives His elect that spiritual power, we ain't gonna have to do no daily exercise routine, nor go to any gym in order to achieve that beautiful transformation, man. Okay, so that's basically the whole bottom line with that scripture. Now let's get another one real quick. All right, let's go to Zechariah now. Zechariah 12 and 8, which is one of my personal favorites. All right. Zechariah 12 and 8. All right. Zechariah 12 and 8. All right. Just bear with me a moment. You know, I got demons messing with the computer here as usual. All right. Okay. Zechariah 12 and 8. And that day shall the Lord defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem. All right. And that day shall the Most High, Yahweh Shai, upon his return, all right, he's coming back to this earth to defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem. It's not talking about the present day inhabitants of that land out there in Israel. It's talking about our people here in so-called America, man, who are getting ready to enter into this Jacob's trouble. All right? So the Lord is coming back to defend us, all right, from the tyranny of our enemies, man. All right? Beginning with the elite bankers on down, all right, of this so-called white race, all right, that they want to try and destroy us all in these last days, all right? But it says here, and that day shall the Lord defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem. And he that is feeble among them, all right, listen clear now. And he that is feeble, the word feeble means weak, okay? It means a lowly, weak state, and that is honestly the state that I'm personally in right now, okay? I'm as weak and as feeble as my enemies want me to be, and I know they rejoice over that. But what does the scripture say? And he that is feeble among them at that day shall be as David. All right, shall be as David. All right, a full-blown warrior. All right, King David was not only a king, he was a warrior, man. He kicked a lot of ass. All right, and chopped a lot of heads and all that. So you can understand. Okay? He was a badass warrior. So that is what Yahweh Shai will turn his elect men into. Okay? That is what he will what he will that is how he will reward, all right, his elect men of the 144,000 and one third. Okay? All right? He's gonna give that spiritual power, man. And Lord willing, I hope and pray to be part of that number. All right, so that Lord willing, I get to be as David. All right, and the house of David shall be as God, as the power, so you can understand, as the angel of the Lord before them. So there you go. All right. So the elect of the Most High, and even he that is feeble among them. All right. Any other member of the audience that might be watching, if you might have any other if you might have some kind of disability or handicap, but you put your trust and faith in the Most High, and you are sincere in this thing, you best better believe that the Lord will even raise you up in that day. All right? Plain and simple, man. This is what's coming. All right? Okay, so I'm going to read that again. Zechariah 12 and 8. And that day shall the Lord defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem. And he that is feeble among them at that day shall be as David, and the house of David shall be as the power, and the angel of the Lord before them. Okay, so we're gonna be, we're gonna be like angels, man. All right. The elect of the Lord are going to be as angels, celestial powers, so you can understand. Celestial men. Okay? All right? We're going to get the best of both worlds in that day, Lord willing. Okay? Abaratasa, Kwan Yashala. All right? The best of both worlds, meaning the terrestrial and extraterrestrial. So you can understand. All right. Now, let's go to Salakia. Let's go to Blue Letter Bible now. All right. And I might end it with Isaiah 40, another one of my personal favorites. All right. I'll end it on that one, Lord willing. All right. Just bear with me a moment. All right. All right. Isaiah 40. All right. All right. Isaiah 40. And I'm going to read verses, all right, to 29 through 30, 31. All right. It says this: He giveth power to the faint. All right. He giveth power to the faint, and to them that have no might, he increaseth strength. Even the youth shall faint and be weary, and the young men shall utterly fall. All right. Okay, I just gave you my own personal little testimony tonight. I have utterly already fallen. All right. But the scripture does say in Psalms 37, if I'm not mistaken, all right, though he fall, he will not be utterly cast down. All right. Plain and simple, y'all. Verse 31. All right. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint. All right. So that's a little glimpse of that spiritual power coming, Lord willing. All right, for His sincere elect. All right. So call halal Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Rakah Kadash. Shalom.